In the 150-episode plot of Fighting to Break the Sky, after XiaoYan and others entered the ancient realm, the eldest lady of the ancient clan, Suner, finally arrived. In the preview picture, Suner's appearance is so cool. Her mount is still a unicorn, and her light Sing skirt is surging with a flowing halo. However, Suner's arrival caused XiaoYan a lot of trouble. Seeing Suner, who had the strongest bloodline of the ancient clan, with XiaoYan, who had abandoned his bloodline, made many geniuses of the ancient clan jealous of XiaoYan one after another. At this moment, the strongest genius of the ancient race, the ancient demon, challenged XiaoYan. But he never expected that XiaoYan, who was only a 5-star Dozuan, could beat himself, who was an 8-star Dozuan, almost to death. If it weren't for the timely rescue of the ancient clan elders, the ancient demon would probably fall under XiaoYan's 4-color fire lotus. After XiaoYan and others took the ancient clan warship into the ancient realm, under the focus of everyone's eyes, the young girl Suner from Tsing appeared in front of the warship. The familiar name instantly touched the softest corner of XiaoYan's heart. XiaoYan suppressed the urge to hug and rub Suner's head intimately. This scene stunned the soldiers of the Black Annihilation Army, and Guzhen on the side could only smile bitterly when he saw it, knowing that Suner would only show such a little woman's delicate posture in front of XiaoYan. Everyone in the Yin clan also talked a lot about the relationship between XiaoYan and Suner. Some people marveled that XiaoYan could hook up with the goddess of the ancient race, while others were worried about the current situation of the Xiao clan. After catching up for a while, Suner invited XiaoYan to walk with him. XiaoYan understood that Suner had come to pick him up in person to show his determination to the ancient clan, and he naturally did not flinch. When XiaoYan took XiaoYan and the others out of the warship, more than 10 powerful glances swept over in an instant, and the coercion almost solidified the surrounding space. As soon as the people of the ancient tribe met, they wanted to give XiaoYan a boost. XiaoYan showed no weakness. The blazing strange fire exploded in the sky, and the terrifying waves of fire spread with him as the center, and the astonishing temperature shocked everyone on the warship. Huaji stared at XiaoYan in the center of the fire wave, his eyes full of strange colors, and the flame marks on his eyebrows became more and more scorching. XiaoYan stepped on the flame, suspended high in the sky, easily breaking through the solidified space, showing great strength, causing exclamations from the mountains. Upon seeing this, Suner immediately came to XiaoYan's side and coldly reprimanded the ancient elders for their rude behavior. Then the gray-robed old man, Guzhen, appeared. He was an 8-star Dozuan and was full of hostility to XiaoYan. Amid Suner's rebuke and the sound of orders coming from the depths of the mountains, Guzhen could only retreat. Suner explained to XiaoYan the reason why he delayed him from coming to the ancient tribe. XiaoYan said that now he has the ability to face everything with her. On the steep mountain peaks in the distance, the ancient demon stood with his hands in his hands, staring coldly at XiaoYan and Suner. The silver-robed man behind him ridiculed his obsession with Suner. The ancient demon's tone was cold, and he bluntly stated that XiaoYan was not from the ancient clan and could not be with Suner. If XiaoYan insisted on not leaving, he would kill him. XiaoYan's trip to the ancient tribe was full of crises and challenges from the beginning, and a fierce battle was inevitable. Suner's gaze suddenly solidified on the breeze in the distance, where the ancient demon was watching them with cold intent. The Shura Du Tong, with black and white hair flying on his forehead, had targeted XiaoYan as early as when he stepped out of the warship. The ancient demon's tone was plain, but he was secretly murderous. At the bar mitzvah, he would personally entertain this visitor from the Xiao clan. At this moment, XiaoYan knew that it was meaningless to defeat the ordinary strong men of the younger generation of the ancient clan. Only by fighting against the top strong men can he truly gain a foothold in the ancient clan. His gaze swept across the mountain peaks, and he already had a decision in his heart. This challenge was not only a crisis, but also an opportunity to prove the Xiao clan. The silver-robed man reappeared behind the ancient demon. After tomorrow, Suner is afraid it will be difficult to smile at you again. The ancient demon stared at the night sky. His black and white hair was blown by the wind hunting. The blood of the gods should not be wasted on mortals. When he dies, Suner will understand. During the words, a black rune appeared in his palm, which was a precursor to the ancient clan's secret technique, Shura Tribulation. In the square of the bar mitzvah, the bell rang suddenly, and the younger generation of the ancient tribe was dressed in Chinese clothes, and the discussion spread like a tide. I heard that Shura Dutong is going to make a move. How many tricks can that kid from the Xiao clan survive? On the high platform, the elders sat upright, their eyes sweeping in the direction of Suner from time to time. Ling Ying stood behind XiaoYan, his palms already sweaty. He knew that this battle would rewrite the fate of the two ethnic groups. The figure of the ancient demon appeared on the opposite high platform, his black and white hair surging like waves in the wind. He raised his hand and shook XiaoYan far away, and the invisible pressure suddenly fell, and the square stone bricks cracked in response. XiaoYan's footsteps sank slightly, and a fire rose from the bottom of his feet, abruptly dispersing the coercion. After the beginning of the adult ceremony of the ancient tribe, the ancient demon, a powerful man who is well known in the tribe, walked into the venue at a leisurely pace. Unlike other ethnic groups, he was as upright as a spear and did not kneel on one knee to salute, and the three elders were not satisfied with this. With his extraordinary strength and high reputation, the ancient demon has a special status in the clan, and this detail shows his difference from ordinary people. The three elders glanced at each other, and between their sleeves, an astrolabe the size of Zhang Su floated in front of the ancient demon, flashing with fluorescence. The ancient demon calmly stretched out his palm to touch the astrolabe, and the silence was broken in an instant. The astrolabe trembled violently, shining brightly, and stars appeared on it one after another. When all 8 stars appeared, the audience was in an instant uproar, which meant that the ancient demon had an 8th-grade bloodline level. With such a powerful bloodline, the elders present couldn't help but nod in admiration. Everyone exchanged their ears, and one after another felt that he was worthy of being one of the 4 major dynasties, and some even compared him to Miss Guzu's test that year. With the end of the astrolabe test, the elders announced on the spot that the ancient demon's strength and bloodline achievements had awarded him the Purple Gold Clan crest. However, the ceremony did not calm down. The ancient demon suddenly asked, "In the adult ceremony, is there any qualification to challenge others at will?" As soon as these words came out, the atmosphere of the audience instantly solidified. XiaoYan in the seat clasped his palms tightly. He knew that what should come was coming after all. Ling Quan, Lin Shun, and others looked at XiaoYan gloatingly, obviously expecting it. The 3 elders confirmed that according to the rules, the ancient demon can challenge anyone, but the other party's consent is required to challenge foreigners. The ancient demon turned around. His black and white hair was particularly eye-catching, and his cold eyes locked on XiaoYan like a sharp sword. He asked XiaoYan to take the initiative to challenge himself. These remarks broke the conventional rules of challenge. In the eyes of the ancient demon, if XiaoYan wanted to gain a foothold in the ancient race, he must show his true strength. Otherwise, he would always be ridiculed and pitted, and even forced to leave the ancient world. The words of the ancient demon focused the eyes of the audience on XiaoYan, and the forces from all sides reacted differently. The people of the medicine clan gloated and prepared to wait for XiaoYan to survive from the ancient demon before taking action. The Soul Cliff of the Soul Hall was also watching, looking forward to this good show. Huishuan and others were worried about XiaoYan, thinking that he was more or less unlucky. Suner couldn't help but stand up and angrily scolded the ancient demon for his excesses. But the ancient demon said that XiaoYan had been given the right to refuse on the grounds of rules. Elder Gushin also said that everything depends on the wishes of the parties concerned. Suner was full of self-blame and regretted agreeing to XiaoYan too. Come to the ancient clan? Mang Tianji was also watching the changes from the side, wanting to see how XiaoYan could deal with this dilemma. Under the gaze of countless gazes, XiaoYan slowly opened his eyes and got up calmly. He responded with a smile. Wait for the Xiao clan to take over this competition. From a moment he stepped into the ancient world, XiaoYan understood that this battle was inevitable. If he entered, he would fight, and if he retreated, he would be humiliated. Now he chooses to face the challenge directly, even if his opponent is the ancient demon, the top genius of the ancient race. The moment XiaoYan stepped into the square, the black and white hair of the ancient demon flew freely due to fluctuations in vindictiveness, and the icy breath lingering all over his body was like an invisible sharp blade, causing the air to glow with fine ice crystals. The strength of this ancient clan Du Tong has long surpassed ordinary Dozuan, and the coercion of the 8-star realm is like a mountain. And the pressure on the lower-level people can't breathe. On the other hand, although XiaoYan was only a 5-star Dozuan, he showed amazing fighting spirit in his vindictive rampage. When the bones exploded, the hot vindictive spirit swept across his body like magma, abruptly dispelling the biting chill around him. 3 points. The first time the two collided head-on, sparks splashed everywhere. The ancient demon disappeared in place like a ghost. Relying on the intuition he had practiced for many years of fighting, XiaoYan slammed his fist into the void space, but was directly hit by the opponent's palms sticking out of the different space. The moment the palms and fists touched each other, the terrifying wind ripples tore the ground like an earthquake, and the gravel turned into dust in the energy. XiaoYan hummed and backed away, the blood oozing from his right palm dripping to the ground. The first fight fell into a downwind due to the level gap, but the perseverance in his eyes became stronger and stronger. After 10 years of traveling to the mainland, from a young man in the Gama Empire to a pharmacist in the Zhongzhou civilization, he has long been accustomed to finding vitality in desperate situations. The ancient demon sneered and displayed the secret imperial seal tactics of the ancient clan. The mountain seal and the sea seal were blasted out one after another, and the powerful palm prints pressed against XiaoYan like a sea of mountains. Every palm print was wrapped in the coercion of the blood of the fighting emperor, as if to crush the opponent into dust. XiaoYan used the 3 mysterious changes of Qianhua, and the 3-color vindictive energy circulated frantically in his body, pushing his strength to the limit, and at the same time sacrificing Liuheyu body ruler. The ruler's shadow stacked heavily in front of him to build a defensive barrier. The roar of the collision between the energy palm print and the shadow resounded through the ancient world, and cobweb-like cracks appeared on the ground of the square, and the 3 elders had to take action to isolate the battlefield with a fighting mask. XiaoYan kept retreating in the intensive offensive, but he never panicked. When the ancient demon thought that the winning ticket was in hand, XiaoYan suddenly changed his move, and the flames split the wave ruler and split 100 feet of flame horse chain. It seemed to be a huge momentum, but in fact it was a hidden killing move. The ancient demon covered his arm with mysterious ice, easily shattering the flame. But he didn't expect that in the broken fire, a rotating 3-color fire lotus was quietly approaching. This is XiaoYan's famous killing move, combining the power of 3 different fires to hide the aura of destruction with XiaoYan's cold drink. The firestorm produced by the explosion of the fire lotus instantly swallowed the ancient demon. The strong on the scene marveled at XiaoYan's fighting wisdom, using seemingly ordinary fighting skills to cover up deadly kills. However, the truly strong never lose the game because of a momentary gain. When the firestorm had not completely dissipated, an extremely cold breath burst out of it, and the figure of the ancient demon reappeared with a monstrous vindictiveness. The purple and gold clan pattern on his forehead was shining brightly, and his cold voice said with disdain, "I bear the blood of the fighting emperor, and all my cultivation is the true tradition of the ancient clan. What do you use to fight with me?" But at this moment, XiaoYan's eyes became colder and colder. The ancient demon stood in the air in a volley, stepping on the void, showing the deterrent power of the 8-star Dozuan. The ice crystal spear in his hand is not an ordinary thing, but is made of mysterious ice metal secretly refined by the ancient clan. The cold light flowing through the body of the spear seems to freeze time. When the marksmanship of all beasts was displayed, the phantom of the beast faintly appeared in the shadow of the spear, and the intent of killing turned into a fierce wind, like countless sharp blades piercing XiaoYan's body. Every time the gun teeth intersect, the ground will crack half a meter deep, and XiaoYan's feet even sink into the ground under heavy pressure, which shows the strength of the ancient demon. The level gap between the 8-star Dozuan was like an insurmountable gap in the sky, and XiaoYan could hardly breathe under the pressure. However, the deadliest killing trick was hidden in the Beast King's roar. When the fierce beast phantom was wrapped in vindictiveness and pierced XiaoYan's throat, the ancient demon used the illusion of light and shadow to hide the real gun shadow. This trick can be called a lure, but the soul power surging in XiaoYan's eyebrows saw through the trick. The ancient demon's offensive was like a violent wind and rain. When XiaoYan's Xuanzhong ruler was picked up, everyone thought the outcome was decided. However, when the claw wind from the breaking wind tore through the clothes, it was not the flesh and blood body that was exposed, but the purple gold scales covering the whole body. That was the dragon and phoenix ancient armor of the Taishu Gulong clan. These legendary defensive secrets not only blocked the deadly attack, but also made the ancient demon's body sink into the sea like a mud cow. Those who knew the goods outside the venue exclaimed again and again, how did they know that this seemingly ordinary scale armor, in fact, combined the power of the dragon and phoenix, was the treasure XiaoYan had obtained in the Taishu ancient dragon clan? But even with the ancient armor of the dragon phoenix protecting the body, the residual strength of the 8-star Dozuan still shook XiaoYan's blood surging. He knew that he couldn't be beaten passively. He stomped on the ground with the soles of his feet, exerting the flames of the earth. The entire square instantly turned into a volcanic group, and a 10-foot-high magma column soared into the sky, blasting the ancient demon into the air. Even this one, who is known for his ice vindictiveness, couldn't help showing irritability. He never expected that a 5-star Dozuan could apply his combat experience to such an amazing level. The anxiety of the battle situation made the ancient demon move the real fire. He displayed the ancient sacred treasure of the ancient clan's heavenly order exercises, and the dark clouds gathered into a beam of energy and light poured into his body, and the intensity of his vindictiveness increased in geometric multiples. XiaoYan, on the other hand, operated burning determination, devouring the energy of heaven and earth in a domineering posture. And the 4 different kinds of fire surged out of XiaoYan's body, condensing into a beast-shaped phantom under the control of vindictiveness. This is exactly the 5-round fire release method that His Holiness Tianhua has not fully mastered. Its coercion is so powerful that the heavenly order exercises are discolored. The pupils of His Holiness Tianhua outside the field shrank suddenly, and he knew that when the 4 different fires finally merged, this battle with disparate strengths would usher in the most dramatic reversal. When XiaoYan's body was suspended with 4 different kinds of fire, the air in the entire ancient world was distorted by the terrifying high-temperature 0.4 distinct flames formed a strange balance under his vindictive control, causing an uproar in the audience. Even the Yin clan, which has a deep heritage, has only 4 different kinds of fire, and this young man from the Shao clan actually monopolizes the 4 of them. Mang Tianji looked at the invisible flame in a daze. It was the fallen heart inflammation that he had sealed in the inner courtyard with his own hands, but at this moment it became a killing move in XiaoYan's hands. Everyone in the Yin clan was shocked by the number of different fires, and even more confused about how they coexisted in one. The woman in the red dress said the key. XiaoYan's exercises can actually merge with different fire, this kind of magical effect. Even the Yin clan Jin clan exercises Fire Emperor Xuandian cannot match. But the eyes of the man of the medicine clan were full of greed. He coveted XiaoYan's exercises and strange fire, and even fantasized about ascending to the position of the patriarch of the medicine clan. The light of 4 different fires illuminated XiaoYan's cold face, and he knew that it was his last stand at this moment. The ancient demon's 8-star Dozun is as powerful as Mount Tai, and only by using all his whole cards can he break out of the siege in this desperate situation. When he took out the red Yanghua beads, the temperature in the field soared again, and the 5 flames gathered together. which meant that the legendary 5 rounds of fire-leaving method was about to appear. The moment the 5-wheeled fire formation took shape, the dark clouds in the sky were steamed into nothingness, tearing the space as they rotated. His Holiness Tianhua's pupils shrank suddenly, and he finally saw the true power of the 5-round fire-lifting technique. Whereas this ordinary fighting technique is clearly a technique that could destroy the sky and destroy the earth, comparable to the heavenly order technique. Facing XiaoYan's fierce onslaught, the ancient demon closed his eyes and concentrated, using the ancient clan's secret sacrifice technique, a terrifying fighting technique that could destroy all life. Sun knew its power well, and the 3 ancient elders looked solemn and tried their best to strengthen the vindictive mask. They knew that this was a rare matchup among the younger generation. XiaoYan used the body of a 5-star fighter to force out the ancient demon's heavenly fighting skills. Even if he was defeated at this moment, he had already won respect. 5 rounds off the fire plate, XiaoYan burst into a shout, and the 5-color fire disc cut through the sky like a meteorite. The ancient demon suddenly opened his eyes, sneered, tapped the void with his fingertips, and a great sacrifice with gray and black light greeted the fire plate. The 2 forces that destroyed the sky and the earth collided, and the space cracked like glass in an instant. And the waves of air, set off by the shock wave, raised the distant buildings to the ground. Accompanied by a loud sound, the ancient demon and the people present were stunned to see that the extremely powerful, huge black finger actually slammed into the sky the moment it touched the fire lotus. Black spots all over the sky. But XiaoYan was also covered with blood marks because of this strong aftermath. However, the fire lotus remained unabated, rushing straight towards the ancient demon, and the violent energy released by it made the latter really feel a breath of death at this moment. Now he has just cast the great silent finger. It is when the vindictive spirit in his body is empty, and he cannot avoid it. Therefore, the ancient demon could only watch the light of fire, zooming in rapidly in his pupils. Looking at XiaoYan, who had no plans to stop, the expressions of all the ancient people changed slightly. They didn't expect that XiaoYan would dare to kill someone on the territory of the ancient clan.